Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, what's up? My name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to be doing a full face of my highest end makeup and my cheapest end makeup. I wanted to do this video for a while because I wanted to see, like, do you really need to spend the extra money to get a good makeup look? I know right now I probably look a little crazy, not everything on my face entirely matches. I know my lips look weird, but I did the best I could with what I had as far as matching goes. So yeah, pause this video real quick. Well, not yet, but take a look at my face and see which side do you think is the high end and which side do you think is the low end. This is the left, this is the right, so comment down below which one's which before you continue watching this video. And then if you got it right, let me know by liking this video. And yeah, if you guys want to see which side is which and how I got these looks, then just keep watching. Okay, so I do already have, what is this called? Moisturizer on my face and chapstick. I was gonna do like a low and high end of that, but I kind of wanted like my skin to just be even for both of these, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit on that, I guess, but not really because we're doing makeup, not skincare. So the first thing I'm going to start with is my primers, and we're going to do high end and low end. That's what we're going to do. So this is the CoverFX, dropping things already, the CoverFX Blurring Primer, and this retails for $38. All this video is going to accomplish is making me feel very bad about my spending choices. I feel like that's what's going to happen anyway. I'm going to put like part of it on this side of my nose and the other on the other part of my nose, because I always use blurring primers on this little area of my face here, just right underneath the eyes and on the nose, because that's where I do have problems. That was bad, I apologize. So $38 already versus Wet n Wild on this side, and this is $5.99. I don't know why I didn't just say $6, but this is the Photo Focus face primer. It's Magic Potion. I don't know if you can get this anymore. Some of the products I'm going to be using you cannot get anymore. I apologize, but I just wanted them to be, I wanted this video to be authentic and it really truly be the most expensive products and the cheapest products that I own. So that's what I did. I am sorry if that makes you upset. This one always makes my skin red, but it always goes away as soon as I apply more makeup. This is a hydrating primer opposed to the pore filling primer. So already my base is gonna be a little weird, but yeah, you can definitely feel the difference. This feels like velvety and this just feels hydrated. But can you see a difference? Not really. Okay, moving on to foundation. For the high-end side, I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. This is in the shade Alabaster, so I think it's actually a little bit too light for me, which is crazy because, you know, foundation's never too light for me. And this retails for $25. This is actually the only high-end foundation I own, so I know it's not like super expensive for high-end, but it's all I got. So we're gonna use that, and I'm just gonna take this brush and buff that into my skin a little bit. I'm not crazy about this foundation. Like, I feel like, again, I feel like it's too light for my skin. I think I need like one shade up. And I kind of feel like it's just, I don't know, not the best foundation in the world. I actually like the drugstore foundation that I'm going to use better. I feel like it makes my skin like smooth, but I kind of feel like I look dead when I use it, which could just be because it's too light. But also, I have a mirror down here, that's why I keep looking down. I apologize. I'm gonna put some more on just because I feel like I need it. Okay. So not the worst I've ever seen, but not the best either. Like, see what I mean? I feel like I just look kind of dead. But anyway, moving on to the drugstore side. This is the e.l.f. foundation. I feel like it's called the HD foundation in the shade Light Ivory. This retails for $6, and I do really like this guy. I use it quite a bit. I feel like, again, this is not the right shade for me though. I used to use this is the newest lightest shade, but they had one before that was the lightest shade, and that's what I used to use, but I always felt like it was a little bit too dark for me, so I went with this one. but I feel like this one's a little bit too yellowy on my skin. That way you make it work. It also has a very strong fragrance to it, so if that's something that you're sensitive to, you probably won't like this foundation. It does go away, like you don't smell it all day, but it is definitely there when you first put it on. So that's something to be cautious about with this foundation. Kind of smells like powder or like old lady perfume. That's a horrible thing to say, but that's just like what it makes me think of. It makes me think of like my great grandma's perfume or baby powder, one or the other. But I don't mind it because it does go away, and I do really like this foundation, and it's $6, so I will suffer through the smell long enough to apply it. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more yellowy than this side is, so I guess I don't really know which side is the better color match for me. I'm gonna go back in with the Real Techniques brush that I was using on this side just to kind of blend these two together a little bit more. I think right now I like the e.l.f. side better. I think it's giving me more coverage than this is here, which I mean, I'm gonna put concealer on either way, but I feel like the e.l.f. one gives a lot more coverage than the ABH one, which I don't know the claims. I don't know if it's supposed to give a lot of coverage or not, but yeah, there's those. Next, we're gonna do concealer, and I'm actually not crazy about either of these concealers, but they are the cheapest and most expensive I have. So let's go drugstore side first this time. This is the Wet n Wild Correction Concealer, and this is in the shade Follow Your Bisque, which I think is actually the only shade they have. I don't like this. I don't use it a lot. I honestly don't know why I still have it, but this retails for $4. So let's just go ahead. So I kind of feel like it just like moves my foundation around, and you can't even, like, you can't tell. Like, I mean, you can see that it's there, but it's not a good color match for me, and it's just not good. It's like thick. If you had a darker skin tone, it would be good for like color correcting, which I honestly think is probably what it's designed to do, but like you can't tell anything happened there. The next one that I have for the high-end side, I do like this concealer, it's just too dark. So this is the Too Faced concealer, Born This Way concealer in the shade Very Fair, and it's $28. Oof. That's kind of sad because I usually just use my Shape Tape. Yeah, see, it's too dark. But it's actually cheaper than this, like by $1. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit and use this down the center of my nose and Cupid's bow, just because I like it better than the other one, even though it's still not great. It's darker than my foundation, so that's just where we're at with that, I guess. Which, I mean, it's not a bad concealer at all. I do really like this concealer. I just need a lighter shade, which, I mean, this is Very Fair. So the fact that it's Very Fair and it's still too dark for me definitely says that they need to expand their line. I also still don't feel like I have a lot of coverage under the eye. Maybe I should add a little bit more. So this is not my favorite, but it is good. I actually don't own my favorite concealer right now. I've been saying that for like over a year now, that I need to get another one and still haven't, so that should tell you something. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Maybe we should take, yeah, let's take my Real Techniques brush that's not wet, because I suck at life. I'll wet this with some setting spray real quick. And then let's just kind of pat that out a little bit. Yeah, see, like, the e.l.f. foundation did so much more coverage than the setting spray, than the concealer and the foundation for high end. So win for foundation from the drugstore. Moving on to powder. This is another product that I'm not crazy about. For the high-end side, this is the Bare Minerals Duo. It's $28. I used to love this. I used to talk about it all the time, but I'm not into it anymore. That looks disgusting. That's from using it so much. It just kind of like stained the color of my foundation, but I don't love this. I don't really like it anymore at all. I just feel like it doesn't really do a lot, and I feel like my foundation still creases afterwards. I prefer loose setting powders, but for today, we're gonna go with this. I'm just gonna kind of run this all over. I do really like the glow side of this. Like, it has a matte side, which is what I'm using now, and a glow side. And the glow side is really nice. I will use that too. I would like to just tell you guys, like, I know that this isn't gonna match completely. Like, both sides are not gonna look the same entirely because I don't have dupes for everything in this video, but I did try to do my best. So now I'm gonna take the glowy side and just kind of run that everywhere, just to make it look a little bit better, because I do really like this glowy side. Just gives like a natural sheen to the skin. So there's that. I have like no room on my desk for anything right now, so I'm trying really hard. For the left side, which is our low-end side, we're going to be using the e.l.f. powder. This is the HD setting powder in translucent, and this is $6. This is usually the powder I wind up using, opposed to the other one. Even out of all my powders, this is the one I usually wind up using. But I don't want it to look too different, so I'm not going to bake today. I'm just going to dust it all over the face, like with the other powder I just used, just because I don't want it to look too different. Honestly, I just wanted this video to see, I wanted to do this video to see if we really need to spend the extra money on this high-end stuff. I know this is the wrong side of my neck, but I don't care. Or if the drugstore does just as good of a job. Right now, I'm still liking the drugstore side better as far as the complexion products go. Which, I mean, it's kind of my own fault because I don't have like the best stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's foundations out there that are probably better than this e.l.f. one, but I just haven't tried them. I do really, really like the Too Faced foundation. What is it called? The Born This Way foundation. But unfortunately, I don't own it any longer because the lightest shade they had was, again, too dark for me. They do have more shades now, so I need to try those. Okay, let's move on to contour. For my low-end side, I'm actually going to be using a bronzer, but I love this to contour. This is the Wet n Wild bronzer in the shade You're Dragging Me Down. It came out with their Fire and Ice Dragon collection, and this retails for $5. I really should stop saying that. I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush. Is this the right one? No. I'm going to take this Real Techniques brush. It's a contour brush, and I do like this brush quite a bit. And I'm just going to contour. That's the wrong side. Crap. Okay, pretend that didn't happen. I'm gonna contour this side. Okay. I was wondering how long it would take me to screw that up. We're gonna contour my left side, which is the low end side, not my high end side. I'm gonna do the forehead as well. And my jawline. So I'm going to kind of stop right in the middle of my chin for the other side. I'm going to do the left side of my chin. I like to make it look like I have a more prominent chin than I do. And I'm going to do half my lower lip. That looks weird. Okay, and then I'm going to do my nose as well. Okay. Let's put a little more up here. Okay, moving on to the actual high-end side because I failed already. We're gonna do the Kat Von D side, which is $49. This is the Kat Von D contour kit. This is my usual go-to contour. I do really, really like using that Wet n Wild powder, but this is the one that I use the most, and you can tell, like, yeah. I'm gonna use this brush by Luxie. It's a contour brush, and we're gonna go over what I messed up there. This is definitely a lot more pigmented than the other side, and it does take a little more blending because it is more pigmented, which is honestly probably why I like the Wet n Wild one so much, because I don't have to work with it as much because it isn't as pigmented. There's people outside my apartment doing weird things. This lady's just carrying a bag of volleyballs. down the road in the middle of the snow. Iowa. We just had like a huge snowstorm a couple days ago. It was awful. Is it snowing where you guys are? Let me know down below. If not, you suck. Not really, but I am jealous. I am not a fan of the cold. I quite hate it actually. And I don't like snow either. I'm the kind of person that I want snow once a year, and that's Christmas Eve. And I want it to snow through Christmas Day and then be gone the next day. And it doesn't happen that way, but I would love for it to. Okay, now I'm not doing this for the low end side because I never do, but I'm gonna take this brush for the high end side and take this lighter powder here, the one that's like skin tony, and I'm just gonna go over the contour to soften it. I don't feel like I need to do that on this side, but maybe I do need to clean that up a little bit. I don't really have a powder to do that with. Will you guys kill me if I use this one? Probably, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Just to clean up this side. There we go, okay. Contour done. I'm gonna skip doing blush right now and go back to the eyebrows just because I did forget to do that and I feel very weird right now. Brows are gonna be interesting. I'm just gonna take this spoolie and spool my brows real quick. And for the low end side, well, I guess we'll do that one first. This is the Winky Lux pencil. I know this is not a drugstore pencil, but it is the cheapest brow product I own. I don't have a lot of brow products because I don't use different brow products like at all. I have what I have and that's what I like. So this is the cheapest one. I don't care for this. It's $14. It's not a bad brow pencil. I just don't really like brow pencils. I prefer powder. I know I'm the minority here, but I'm just better with them. I think because that's what I learned to use, because I used eyeshadow to fill in my brows for the longest time. I do like to use this pencil in conjunction with the powder. Like I'll go in and just kind of fill in little sparse spots, just because this is a little bit lighter than the powder I use. The powder is more of my brow color and this is closer to my hair color. So I like to kind of use this as almost like a highlighting tool for my brows, but now I'm going to use it to fill in my entire brows. So fun times. I did have an e.l.f. one somewhere, but I think I got rid of it because I cannot find it anywhere and I hated it, so it would make sense that I got rid of it. But I'm not sure where it's at. I hate this so much. Like, I am not good at doing brows normally. I know you guys know that because it's been pointed out to me a few times that my brows suck, but I'm even worse when it comes to using a pencil. Like, I try so hard to make that look cute and it just doesn't. So yeah, I might just call it quits with this one and say that's the best I got. Yep, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm also going to use the brow gel real quick on this side. And for the low end side, this is by Essence. This is the Gimme Brow. How much is this? Where is it? Brow gel. $3. It's $3. And I'm going to fill in my brows using that as well. I very rarely use tinted gels either, just because I feel like they can get out of hand pretty quick, like that. Oh, sorry, almost said a bad word. Yeah, because then like things like that happen and then there's a really cute dot in the middle of your eyebrow. So I don't love these. I know it's supposed to be like a dupe for the Benefit one that everyone loves. So if you like that one and you want a cruelty-free option, I'm sure you'll love this, but I don't. I don't like tinted brow things. I don't like any of the way my brow looks right now. This is awful, you guys. I can't help it. I just want to use powder so bad. Okay, moving on. We're moving on to the next brow. This is not my go-to powder, but this is the one we're using today because it is the most expensive I have. This is the Brow Gal Powder Trio, and this is $35, which is pretty steep for a brow product. I'm going to use the darkest shade and see what happens here. This is not my Brow Gal brush. There it is. I also use the Brow Gal brush that I got this with. I got this in a BoxyCharm I think, or Glossy Box maybe, but I'm pretty sure it's BoxyCharm. And we got both products together, and I love this brow brush. It is expensive, but I really like it. I have one brow that just looks so much better. Oh my god, I just did it backwards again, didn't I? Okay, I'm gonna take my brows off. Goodness. What am I doing with my life? I cannot do anything right today. And this is my last makeup wipe, so that's a fun time. I'm gonna have to get more of those today before I can take off my makeup. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, at least now I have an excuse to clean them up with concealer because I screwed them up. Like, honestly, how hard is it to remember what side of your face you're doing? Okay, let's screw up this brow now with the pencil. Where'd it go? Here. So, going back in with the Winky Lux pencil on the left side. Maybe that was a good thing. Maybe this brow will look better with the pencil. It's just me being hopeful. So far, not good. I don't like this mirror. Let's try this guy. I just need like a professional to teach me how to do my brows with a pencil, because it ain't cute when I do it myself. I mean, it's not cute when I use a brow powder really either, but it's so much better than this. So we're gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna put the Essence brow in here again. I'm gonna be like more careful this time. I need to focus more of the product right here, because that's where my brows are more sparse, opposed to up front where it's just kind of like a block of brow. That's like an evil brow. It's like a Disney villain brow. Moving on to the other side, where we're going to again take this brow powder and put it on the right side. Right? Yeah, left is low end, right is high end. I still feel like there's more brow product in this brow than there should be, but that's my fault. I screwed it up, so just forgive me. I'm sorry. I knew my brows were gonna look awful, so I didn't really, I don't know, I don't really care, I guess. I knew it was gonna happen. Because I suck at brows normally, so add in an element of I don't like this, and it's just even worse. I mean, this brow is so much better. Like, it's not good, but it's better. I'm definitely going to have to use concealer to clean that up, and I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use a good concealer. Okay, next brow product for the high-end side is again by the Brow Gal. This is the Brow Gal Instant Brown Hair 02. It's tinted brow gel with microfibers, and this retails for $22. So at least I'm getting a tinted brow gel on both sides, I guess. This one's a much thinner wand, and it is a lighter shade. I do like this one better than the Essence one. I still don't love it. There we go. Okay. Let's take a little bit of concealer on a flat brush and try to fix this. I'm going to use the Too Faced one. I'm using it for both sides. Don't hate me. I'm sorry, but I want it to look decent. So just going to take a little eyeshadow brush and paint the concealer on here, and then use that to carve out my brows a little bit, which is something I never do. Probably should, but I don't. This is also why people do this before foundation, because now I'm putting concealer on top of powder. It's a fun time. You see how creasy my eye is, even though I set it with that Bare Minerals powder, and the e.l.f. one is not creased, but this one is. Just saying. Okay, now let's do the other side with what I have left on the brow, or on the brush. Okay. Do they look terrible? Yes. Are we moving on? Yes. I can't do brows, guys. Sorry. All right, moving on. What is next? Eyeshadow primer. I don't usually use eyeshadow primer too often, but I wanted, again, to compare the high end and low end. So for the high end side, my right side, I'm gonna use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is $24, which is expensive for an eyeshadow primer, in my opinion. And I do like the little doe foot that it comes with, though. I think it makes applying this so much better. There's that. And for the low end side, we're gonna use the Milani one. This retails for $7. It's actually the only drugstore primer I own, eyeshadow primer, but I only own like 3 eyeshadow primers. So, and one, oh, I guess I have 2 glitter primers too. Does that count? If that's true, then I have 2 drugstore, but I have this one, the Too Faced one, and the Urban Decay, and that's all I have as far as eyeshadow primers. And then I have the Too Faced glitter glue and the NYX glitter glue. So right off the bat, the Milani one is a lot more tacky than the Urban Decay is. I think I like the Urban Decay a little bit more. Okay, eyeshadow time. Yeah. So I do technically have eyeshadows that are cheaper than this. This is the Wet n Wild palette in the shade, what shade are you? Don't these have names? Comfort Zone. And this is $5. I do have the littler ones that are like $2.99, but I wanted a palette. So this is the cheapest palette I have. Looks like this. It is really pretty. And then for high end, you can no longer get this palette. I am sorry, that is the most expensive one I own, and that is this guy. This is the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass palette, and it retails for $60 when it was being sold. It looks like this. I do have 2 of the Wet n Wild palettes, but I chose this one because I feel like there's more colors that are going to be similar in this palette. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start with the Wet n Wild one, and I'm going to go with my left side, which is drugstore. And I'm going to start with this top transition color. Yeah, I think there's something similar in the other palette I can use. And we're just going to throw that in the crease. These Wet n Wild ones are nice. I feel like the mattes perform better than the shimmers, which is usually the other way around for drugstore palettes, so that's interesting. But I do think these are nice. I didn't even finish my face and I've already moved on to the eyes. What is wrong with me today? Also, this video is already at 27 minutes. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take another fluffy brush and pick up, what's gonna be similar? Dormouse? Yeah, we're gonna go with Dormouse right there from the Alice in Wonderland Urban Decay palette. And try to mimic that a little bit. I feel like this one does have a little bit of shimmer in it. It is definitely darker. Okay. They're similar, so that's good. The Urban Decay one is not my favorite Urban Decay palette of life. I feel like they have a lot of hit and miss shadows in here, but it is not a bad palette. And I mean, it's Alice in Wonderland. I love Alice in Wonderland, but I don't really know if that's a reason that I should be keeping the palette. I'm going to add a little bit more of the transition shade from the Wet n Wild palette onto this side, just because I feel like it got a little darker on the Alice in Wonderland side, and I want it to mimic the same. There's that. Now let's take, what are we going to do here? These are not as similar as I thought they were gonna be. I'm gonna do kind of a boring look just because I want them to be similar. So I'm gonna take this bone colored shade here and put that all over the lid. And this is not a good lid brush. I don't know why I picked this one up, but it'll work. Okay. For the Alice in Wonderland palette, I'm going to take the shade Lily, that top white one in the middle there, and do the same thing on the other eye. Just kind of mimic what we got going on the other eye. Ooh, Lily's definitely prettier. But it's got like a pink duochrome to it that the one from Wet n Wild does not have. I did not really want that duochrome look. That's okay. I'm going to take the same brush and flip it on the other side and go back into that Wet n Wild one, just because I feel like the brush I used was not a good brush. That's better. So yeah, this one you can see the duochrome that one doesn't have. Okay, now let's do a outer corner color, and probably gonna call it good from there. I'm going to take the shade here, this dark brown shade, and put that in the outer corner using the same fluffy brush that I started with the Wet n Wild side. These are really nice. I didn't love these the first time I used them, but the more I've been using them, I'm really starting to like them. The Wet n Wild shadows. I'm gonna go up in the crease with this a little bit as well. And then I'm going to pull it along the lower lash line. Very lightly, because this brush is a little bit too big for the lower lash line, so I'm just going to lightly run that along there. Okay. Now we're gonna go into the other palette, and we're gonna take Chronosphere, this shade here, and do the same thing on that side. This one does have a little bit of shimmer in it again, but that's okay. And I'm using the same transition brush that I started with on the Alice in Wonderland side. Oh, there's a little bit of fallout with that shade, which is not something I remember from this palette. This is pretty. I don't know what I like better yet, you guys. I feel like it's kind of even right now, because I like this darker shade better on the Urban Decay side, but I like the lid shade better on the Wet n Wild side, and the transition shades are pretty similar. I'm gonna run this along the lower lash line as well. Again, just mimicking what we do on the other eye. I'm going to go back in on the Wet n Wild side and try to make this outer V a little bit more pointy, like the Urban Decay side. There's that. Yeah, these look similar, but not the same. Okay, now for a brow bone highlight. Do I have a brow bone highlight? No. Okay, I'll just use my highlighters for that. And we're gonna call this good for eyeshadow, because this is as similar as I'm gonna get. Okay, moving on to eyeliner. I do have a black eyeliner for both waterlines. On the low end side, I'm going to take my ColourPop liner in the shade Swerve, and this is a black liner, both of them are, and this is $5. I'm going to tug on my waterline. Don't do this at home. That is not good for your waterline. I don't love using this when I have brown on the eyes. I might take this and put it on the top of my eye too, just a little bit close to the lash line, just to kind of make it cohesive. Just staying as close to the lash line as possible. A little bit of a baby wing, but nothing too dramatic. Just very so slightly. And then I'm going to take a small brush, like an angled brush, and kind of go over that just to blend it out a little bit better. Smoke it out, if you will. There's that. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side using the Marc Jacobs eyeliner. This is a $25 eyeliner and it is in the shade, is it Black here? What is it? I forget. Yeah, Black Cure, I don't know, I'm not fancy. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I know that some of the products I'm using for the high-end side are sample sizes and I am telling you the full size value, but I don't have the full sizes and I wanted this to be as realistic as possible. So I am telling you the full size values, even if I have the sample sizes like this guy here. Which this is normally so much more creamy, so I'm wondering if this is old. Oh, my eye's watering a little bit. Okay, going in again with the highliner. Okay. ColourPop one is definitely creamier than this guy, which I feel like this used to be creamier, but it might, I think it's dried out. I'm staying close to the lash line. I'm doing a little bit of a baby wing on this side as well. Again, nothing too crazy. Yeah, the ColourPop side looks so much better. That's crazy. Marc Jacobs should let me down. Okay, I'm going to take another angled brush for this side and smudge it out a little bit. I'm going to have to wind up going back over this with the ColourPop one later, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that right now. Okay. The ColourPop one is a lot more black and it looks a lot better. That's okay. Moving on, let's go back to the face. Before we finish up the eyes, I'm going to go back in with my bronzers. And for that, dropping things everywhere. Let's see what we got here. Where are my bronzers? Right in front of my face. Okay, for the low end side, just the left side, I'm going to take this guy again. This is the shade Queensland. It's another Wet n Wild bronzer. These are $5. And I'm going to use this one to bronze. I use the other one to contour, this one to bronze. I'm gonna take a little Wet n Wild brush here, kabuki brush, and just kind of go all over the perimeter of the left side of my face with this, just to get a really nice bronze look. I hope my other bronzer kind of matches this shade, but I don't know if it does or not. Ta-da! Okay, now for the high-end side, this bronzer is $30, and it's the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. Again, yes, this is a sample size, I know, but it's what I got, so sorry. We're gonna use this big old kabuki brush for this side, because this is a smaller pan, so it'll work out, because I'm just going to go like that. It smells so good. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just go with the perimeter here of my face. I feel like my hair is not back where it's supposed to be right now. Oh, I keep forgetting that I'm doing one side. Okay, blush. Let's do some blush. My low-end blush is the Hard Candy blush in the shade Uptown Girl. This is the berry one. It smells so good. I just got these recently, and this is actually the cheapest blush I own, so we're gonna go with it. I don't really love blush, but it's okay. I feel like this one has a lot more of a sheen than the other one that I'm going to be applying has, but we'll make it work. It is a pretty color. It's very subtle. I like it. That's what I look for in a blush, is subtlety, because I don't love in-your-face loud blushes. Pretty. Okay, moving on. Oh, this is $7, by the way, right? Where's my blushes? Yeah, $7 versus $29. This is the Tarte blush in the shade Party. This is my favorite blush that I own. I love Tarte blushes. They last all day. They look so good. They're not super pigmented, but they are super buildable, not blendable. I mean, they're blendable too, but they're easy to build. So if you like an intense blush, you can do that. If you're somebody like me who doesn't really love the intense blushes, you can definitely not make it intense. It's still more intense than the hard candy one, but not bad. I like it. I like it a lot. And it's $29. I think I already said that. Let's go ahead and spray the face once before we put on highlight, and then we will of course spray the face again. There's some fallout there on my Wet n Wild side. For the low end side, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. spray. This is the Illuminate Mist and Set, and this retails for $4. What I'm going to do for, yeah, let's use this guy. I'm just going to use this BoxyCharm little guy here. I apologize again. Well, not again, I haven't apologized yet, but I apologize for not doing my Ipsy and my BoxyCharm this month of November, but it was a struggle. Like, I filmed both of them and I wound up deleting the footage because I could not make any of the products work for me. Like, I got some brushes, which are these guys here, these Lexi brushes. I really like these, but most of the stuff in there I just didn't like. And I got a mascara, Ciate mascara, which I can show you that. It was this guy here. I got this in my Ipsy and I really liked it. But other than that, I didn't care for most of the products. So I'm going to kind of like put this card over my face here and spray the left side only. So I hate that spray. Ugh, okay. And for the right side of my face, I'm going to be using my favorite setting spray, which is ridiculously expensive. This is $31. This is the Cover FX setting spray. So I'm going to do the same thing for this side. Just feels so much better. And they are both illuminating setting sprays, so take that for what you will. I feel like this side actually looks illuminated and this side doesn't, but I could be crazy. Okay, moving on to highlight. For the low end side, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. These are the baked highlights. This is in the shade Moonlight Pearls, and these are $4. Are they $4? Yeah, $4. I'm going to take this guy here. This is a Luxie brush. I'm just going to kind of like pack this on here because these are not super pigmented highlighters. They're very powdery. I'm going to put that on the goodness, high point of my left cheek and bring it up here. And I'm going to put it above the brow bone and on the chin a little bit, keeping it towards the left. So for my nose and my cupid's bow, I don't really know how to do that. So I'm going to do my cupid's bow with the left side and my nose with the right side. Just because there's not really a way to split that. So we're going to do it this way. I'll really pack it on the cupid's bow. Okay. And I'm also going to take this on the lid, on the inner corner, and on the brow bone. Just because I didn't have a good highlighting color in either of those palettes. Like I said, I did, but I used it on the lid. So I'm going to take that. I'm actually going to wet this and see if that makes it more intense. With the e.l.f. setting spray, of course, since this is the low end side. Did that help anything? No, it really didn't. Okay, so it's just a really subtle highlight, which is not my thing. You guys know that, I'm sure. I like blinding highlights, but this is pretty. It's like, it's just very subtle. I want more. Like, I need more highlight. Let's take this brush. This is actually a contour brush, but I used to use it for highlight all the time, for highlights like this that are not very pigmented. Let's try, see if I can build that up a little bit. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. For the other side, this is going to be a very big difference. I'm going to use the ABH and Nicole Guerrero palette. This retails for $40. You can no longer get this. Again, I apologize, but this is the most expensive highlighter that I own. I'm going to take Forever Lit. I think that's the most similar to this. Let's see, maybe Glow Getter. What do you guys think? Yeah, we're gonna go with Glow Getter. That's actually very similar. Glow Getter might be a little dark for me, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna use another Luxie. Nope, this is SL Miss Glam. We're gonna use an SL Miss Glam brush on this side. And we're just gonna go in. Yeah, you see, that's so pretty. I love this highlighting kit. I'm gonna do the center of the nose with this one. It's a little much. And I'm gonna do the tip as well. This side of my chin, above the brow. And I'm going to use this for the brow bone on this side and inner corner highlight. Yeah, that's so much prettier than the other highlight. Winner, this side. Okay. Now, what do I have left? Mascara. Let's do mascara. For the low end side, I love this mascara. This is the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade mascara. It's $5, $6, it's $6. I'm going to go ahead and do my left eye. This is a great mascara from the drugstore. And as I say, as I get it all over my face. I'm struggling, you guys. Like, today I've just been, I don't know. Like the last few days I've just kind of been in like a funk, I guess. I don't know. Christmas season gets me that way, maybe. I don't know. Just kind of been like very bleh and very, I don't want to do anything. I haven't been filming. I haven't been doing much of anything. Just kind of been going to work, coming home, and doing nothing. Like, I didn't even cook yesterday. I literally, or today, I mean, like, I literally have eaten Gardettos today, and that's it, because I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go get food. I don't want to cook food. I don't know. I'm in a rut, you guys. So today I decided to, like, make myself film in hopes that it would get me out of that rut, because I do love to film videos. So I was hoping that would help, but right now I'm not enjoying this because I keep messing my face up. Goodness. Okay. Loud truck. Every video there's a loud truck. I live in Iowa. Seriously though, I love this mascara. Mascaras are one of the things that I love trying, and I find a lot that I really like. There's a few I don't like, but I like a lot of the mascaras I try. This is a good one from the drugstore. I'm excited to try some CoverGirl mascaras now that they're cruelty-free, because I hear a lot of good things about them. So I'm excited to try some. For the high end, this is Ico mascara, and this retails for $26. I do have another mascara that's $26. It's the Marc Jacobs one, but I like this one more, so I went with this guy. Ooh, it might be getting dry. I don't know. I'm gonna like dip it back in there, kind of like swish it around a little bit. I feel like this mascara might be drying out. I've had it for like 6 months though. Yup. Still pretty. It's just not as wet as it normally is. That's what she said. Sorry. I always tell you guys such bad jokes and then apologize for them, but then I continue to tell bad jokes. Isn't that like the definition of insanity? Is like, ugh, repeating the same things. My freaking mascara. Why is my life like this today? Okay. I need a spoolie again, because I can't with life today. Okay. Ouch. Whatever, we're calling that good. Lip products. So this one's not going to match entirely, but I did my best with what I have. So for the low end side, I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild liquid cat suit. These retail for $5. This is in the shade Nudie Patootie. This is one of my faves. I love this liquid lip. It's a little bit concealer lippy, but I like that look. I can hear Christmas music outside. I'm not a fan. Again, I know I'm probably the minority in that too, but I don't like Christmas music. I like Christmas, but I don't like Christmas. So yeah, we'll just leave that at that because I know a lot of people are gonna hate on me for that. And then for the highest end side, I'm going to be taking my favorite liquid lip, which is the Stila in the shade Perla. How much are these? $22. They're $22. This is the only Stila liquid lip I own, so I tried my best to match with my drugstore as best as I could. Which is not at all. I so love this liquid lip though. The Wet n Wild one is definitely a lot stickier. Like you can tell there. Yeah. My lip is so chapped. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that, pretend like it's not there. And I'm gonna spray my face again. So, where's my card? We'll use the Tipsy one this time, I guess, because I don't know what I did with my BoxyCharm one. And what just happened? Gosh. I hate that spray, it's so aggressive. Okay, now the other side. So much better. Okay. Ugh, I ate it every time. I'm gonna take my ears out so you can see my crazy wet hair. And let you guys see in full swing what it looks like. So you guys have to let me know. When you judge, ignore that little mess up there, please. Let me see if I can just like throw on some eyeshadow over that real quick and fix it a little bit. Because I don't want you to judge it based on my little mess up. What did I use, Lily? Better, but not great. Okay, so when you guys judge this, let me know down below what side's better overall. And then let's judge it based on like face, eyes, and lips and see what you guys like better individually and all together. If you guys care to judge that, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Complexion wise, I definitely like the left side better, the low end. I like the foundation better, and yeah, I don't know. I guess overall it looks pretty similar. Like if we cover up the lips, you can't really tell. Can you? The brows, you can definitely tell with the brows, but I don't know. I feel like this is pretty decent. So yeah, let me know down below if you guys want to see me do this again in the future when I have like more products to try, if I get like more expensive or cheaper products in the future. If you want to see this again, and also let me know down below what side you like better, and if you want to break it down, you can do that too. And that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to like this video before you go. Hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on my future videos, and let me know what you guys want to see next. Bye guys.